Hello everyone and welcome back to Blacklist Universe. This is Mike and today I am redesigning Harley Quinn. Specifically today we're doing the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League Harley Quinn, which, it is a particular take on the character. I'm not really a big fan of this street version Harley Quinn. I think it deviates a little bit too much from the original Harley Quinn idea. And so that is basically the design influence that I'm going to be hearkening back to. Let's see if I can manage to do that and still make it look good. Before we jump into that, allow me 30 seconds to introduce myself. My name is Mike S. Miller, 32-year professional comic book creator, video game concept artist, writer, blah, blah, blah. I'm the creator of multiple intellectual properties, including Imaginaries, Deal with the Devil, Six Gun Samurai, and Lone Star. Available to pre-order at lonestarcomic.com, link in the description below. Our vision here at Blacklist Universe is ultimately to create a multimedia venture to bring quality and ethics back to storytelling. We're tired of the DEI woke agenda ruining every book, comic, game, movie, and TV show, and we're bound and determined to do something about it. If that sounds good to you, then join us by subscribing and maybe even supporting us as a channel member. No one can fight the culture war alone. We're here to fight and to make a difference, and we hope you are too. And one more thing, I do a weekly live stream at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time called Drawn and Quartered, where me and a group of my other professional artist friends get together and draw and chat and have a good time, and we would love for you to join us. Now back to the video. I know there's probably a big to-do with the new Joker movie coming out and the Harley Quinn there, and this could be taken as a redesign just for any Harley Quinn in general. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the sort of street level, throw her in all leather, give her, punk clothing design elements. I like the classic Harley Quinn based on sort of the jester model, which has a little bit of the Perot clown aesthetic, and that's kind of what I wanted to go for. I'm doing sort of a throwback. Obviously, I'm keeping the lithe, athletic, large-breasted, curvy Harley, more athletic than curvy, I guess, but still, that basic Harley Quinn, I'm not going to change that up. This is all about costuming and style. And so I went with, basically, you can call it a cross between a 50s diner and a Perot clown stylization for this Harley Quinn, and I got some reference from some different 50s diners and some Perot clowns and all that kind of stuff. And so I started putting together this thing, keeping in mind the original Harley Quinn design, which I think is a classic. I don't like that they got away from it so much in so many different versions of Harley Quinn. The costume is classic. Again, I can't just go back to the classic Harley like I sort of did on the Joker piece, but this one I wanted to make sure had a unique spin on it that you're not going to see in other places. So I took those basic elements and I mishmashed them together. I tried to maintain the asymmetrical design, the black on one side, red on the other side, that kind of a thing that the original Harley Quinn has, and try to bring it into this sort of more sort of cutesy. And that's the thing, I don't think you should get away from the cutesy with Harley, because her whole original design was cutesy, and so you should have this cutesy thing that sort of diverges with her psychotic attitude and her psychotic behavior. When you kind of punk rock her up a little bit, you sort of expect the psychotic behavior. All right, I'm gonna say one thing. I tried to do the bow lips that they do on the Perot clowns, and I left it there, although I didn't think I ended up liking it. But it is what it is. I went at first with the Perot clown makeup, and then I thought, you know what? Let's go back all the way back to the original Harley Quinn mask and sort of just, pay homage there at the very least. Since I am changing up the hair, I'm giving it, like I said, the sort of 50s diner, but with the bows and the curly pigtails, and just maintaining that sort of frivolous free-for-all character design that I want to see in a Harley Quinn. I don't want to see the female Joker. I don't want to see the psychotic it's sort of, if any of you have read Game of Thrones, the character of Joffrey. So in the books, Joffrey looks like an angel, right? Beautiful, blonde-haired, just angelic and innocent looking, but he's the devil. And so when they cast him for the movie, It's like, okay, you cast a character, you cast an actor that looks like a rat because he is a rat, right? The personality is rat, but there's no juxtaposition between the personality and the character, the physical appearance of the character. Harley Quinn should be about that. Harley Quinn should look playful, energetic, nearly innocent, and yet she's the devil, right? This is the contradiction of nature in the Harley Quinn character. And I generally don't see that in most of the redesigns. I really don't like it when they whore her up so much. Like the designs where she's just another buxom babe with like all this skin showing everywhere. Yes, I did show the cleavage here, but that's a very classic 50s diner waitress style, right? That's not going flashing overboard, I don't think, because that's you know, the 50s were a very much more I don't want to say moralistic, but it was a much tamer time sexualizing women. And so I think that it fits with the motif that I'm trying to go for. And I just, oh gosh, the frills, like just like from the original, they're all based on the sort of pirouette clown style frills and whatnot. And so I just like really frilled it up. And gosh darn, I really think this one came out pretty good. I know I'm only halfway done illustrating and I'm showing you, but yeah, so like I said, I gave her the classic Harley 3 diamond checker, and then I gave her the full bore checkerboard on the opposite side. I think it works. If you disagree, let me know in the comments section below. I will probably, just so you guys know, I probably not be doing too many of these videos in the coming weeks. So if you could like and subscribe, if you want to subscribe to make sure that when I do start making these again, you will be alerted to me coming back. I do want to finish off the Suicide Squad. I'm very curious how this Joker in this Harley video will do with the new Joker movie coming out this week. It'd be nice if the channel gets a little bump from that, but I'm not counting on anything. But I am counting on you, the viewer, to pause from your life for 1 second and hit that subscribe button so that you can let me know that you want to see more of these videos instead of me feeling like maybe I'm wasting my time and I should just be drawing my comics and stuff instead. Not that I'm not drawing my not that I'm not drawing my comic books and whatnot, but you know, this does take a significant amount of time out of my week to do these videos, so I want to know that you want me to do these and that you actually care, and that, you know, I have an audience that is worth my time to do these for. And I'm not begging for subscriptions. It's just I need to know. I need to know if this is worth my time. And if you think it is, then please do. Here's the thing. Leave a comment in the comment section. That really boosts the algorithm and lets other people know what I'm doing here. Like, obviously, and subscribe again so that you get those notifications. Make sure you hit all notifications too as well. So I went back to somewhat of the classic hammer, not quite as cartoonish as the hammer in the, you know, the cartoon. Why don't I just say it? That's the cartoon hammer, but reminiscent, and yet I think light enough but heavy enough that it could put a smile on someone's face with a busted tooth there. Yeah, that was another thing, going with the baseball bat instead of the hammer. I know, I get it. It seems more practical and whatnot, but I don't see why Harley Quinn has to be practical. I think she's a fun, lighthearted character who just also happens to be a psychopath. That's a good way to play the character in general. And hopefully, I've created something that's appealing to old Harley fans, new Harley fans, fans of the classic costume, and meant a balance with more of a I don't want to even say modern, but just a newer take. The silhouette, I think, looks very cute, very unique. Yeah, dang, that's a good silhouette. I am going to say, you know what, if DC doesn't like this design, then maybe I'll use aspects of this for a character of my own. You know, the Piano Man might need a sidekick. That's my character that I initially based off of the Joker. You know, Blacklist Universe may need pirouette clown style female character out there bashing heads and taking names. Who knows? Maybe so. Once again, here I am doing the tint, tone, hue, coloring style. If you watched any of my videos, you know this is how I color. I drop a dark shadow over the entire thing. It's usually a purple or blue multiply layer set to about 35 to 40% opacity. I go in and then I excise out all of the light spots where I think, you pick a light source direction, and then you imagine where that light is going to be casting, and then you erase those out. And then after you erase those out in broader strokes, right, big broad strokes, then you go in and you cast back shadows that should be there that you may have excised, and I don't know, just kind of do the finer details, because when you're thinking in the big broad strokes, you're gonna miss details that are gonna be there when you zoom back in. So start with the broad strokes, get the general shape, get the general lighting in there, and then go back in and clean up and try to make sure you get every spot. Be like sort of meticulous and methodical about it. Otherwise, you're gonna make a mistake. And if I did make a mistake on one part of this Harley where I forgot to do all the details, I will let you search that out and tell me in the comment section if you can see where I did make the mistake and sort of leave out the finer details, because you can see I'm pretty meticulous about what I do with my details in the shading, right? And then I do the same thing in the tinting time when it comes time to drop the white layer in. And again, I'll preemptively say this: I drop in a white layer on top of the full silhouette. I decrease the opacity. Here we go. I decrease the opacity down to about 20%, and then I select the entire shadow area and delete that out. So then I have the tint layer, I have the tone layer, and then I go in again and I erase out the white layer so that there comes a core highlight area for each shape. So it becomes a 3-toned shaping distinction. I don't know how to phrase it. I know I go watch my other videos. I've said this much better in other videos. But all of these 3 tones, everything in life is shaped by tone, right? Hold your hand up and look at it. You can see there's a light side, there's a dark side, and then there's sort of a middle tone, right, in between the light and the dark. I'm breaking it down to that simple of a 3-tone thing, and then I do go in and I do a brighter highlight. But you can see it. Look around the room right now. Maybe after you're done watching this video. Look around your room. Look at everything. Everything is given form by light through shade, right? So you have highlight, you have the shade, and then you have the basic hue of whatever it is. And that's all I'm doing here. And that's all I ever do on these is just use those 3 variant hues to create these shapes. And I had a couple people in the chat saying they've been using my technique. I don't really call it a technique. It's just it just seems so basic to me. I don't even think it's worth being called a technique. But they said they're using my technique and that their art is looking better, and that's awesome. I love to see all the new artists or even older artists learning new things. Hey, I'm not the best art teacher on here. You can go check out lots of other art teachers. Again, I mentioned the Jeff Watts Studio on here the other day. Fantastic place to go and learn some deeper lore when it comes to learning life drawing skills and all that stuff. I'm just a comic book artist. I'm just using a lot of cheat codes that I've learned over the years in how to create quick, recognizable, hopefully anatomically correct shape, form, structure, using balance and storytelling and all those techniques that I've learned. I've been doing this for over 30 years, so I guess I have something to learn. I have something to teach, but, I always have something to learn too. So if you've got criticisms there in the chat, then let me know. I'm going through here and I'm trying to maintain the original black and red and white motif of Harley Quinn, because that's something I noticed. They started bringing in blues to her, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll use a blue, just kind of spice up the range of colors, and I don't have to go entirely with the original colorization, because I don't know, I think that light blue or almost a turquoise really does kind of give it a nice little pop. Plus it's the color of her eyes, so I can bring that color all the way around, and then do her makeup. I just gave her a little spray of white on the face. I'm not bleaching all of her skin white. I'm not really a big fan of that look on Harley, so it's like, look, it's a little bit of makeup. And then I did this initial pass just with the blonde hair that she has. So I gave her the blonde hair. Actually, it's very yellow, so maybe I could have gone with a more natural blonde, but whatever. That's not the point. And you know, and then I dropped in the color for the bow ties and the pigtails. And I don't know. I think that's a pretty solid redesign for Harley Quinn. I wouldn't mind drawing that Harley Quinn in a series of comic books, or see her in an animated movie, or even in a video game. But DC, no, you cannot have her unless you want to pay me. All right, and then I went through and I did a few color variations, trying to stick to the general palette. Some of them went a little off kilter, but I think I managed a few basic variations here. Here, I even went back in and gave her the Perot clown makeup instead of the mask. I don't know. Tell me what you like better, the makeup, the mask, which color selection you like best. Let me know in the comments section below. And please, again, I implore all of you, because not all of you are subscribed. Like 60% of you are not subscribed, but you're coming back over and over again to watch these videos. So please do hit that subscribe button. I'll try to get another one of these done this week, but like I said, I'm really, really busy, so it may not be for a while. But hit that subscribe button and you'll be here for the very next video, and I hope to see you there.